What is up, OMAASH Nation? How are you doing today? I hope you're doing so good and are ready to learn, get educated, and talk about the big three grading companies out there in the world. That's right, guys. You guys saw it in the thumbnail. We are talking today about which grading company or service should you use. Where should you send your cards to get graded, guys? This is one of the most frequent questions that I have gotten since starting YouTube, and especially since starting my middleman service. And so I wanted to make this video so that you guys, the OMAASH Nation, can get a good understanding about the differences between the three companies, the pros and the cons, and the pricing, just everything. And so I hope you're excited. I am. I've literally been thinking about this video for so long, and now it's finally here, and I'm stoked, guys. I hope it's super helpful in helping you guys decide which company you should get your cards graded with. So not only are we talking about all the differences, we are also going to do a little test. That is right, I'll explain it later in the video, but we are going to send cards to each and see how things go. It's gonna be super fun. It's gonna be a little journey, an adventure, and I hope you're excited and plan to stick with me the whole time. Guys, if this is your first time, hit that subscribe button, join the OMAASH Nation. I would really appreciate it and love to have you. And also, guys, if you would, hit that like button so that we can get this informational video out to the world. And with that, guys, we are starting off with the big dog, the staple of grading itself. That's right, PSA, Professional Sports Authenticators. Guys, you can see here I have example slabs of all three companies, and we're talking PSA first. Here we go. First up, we have this PSA 8 Gold Star Charizard, one of my favorite cards. And you can see here the slab. This is just what, when you think of a graded card, this is what you see. The thinner, kind of blurry plastic with the red label and this shiny silver PSA logo, guys. I think it looks classic. You cannot go wrong with this look. Here is the back, super nice logo of the company, just showing off who they are, guys. PSA has been around the longest, since the early 90s, and they have just made a name for themselves. They are by far the biggest dog in the grading world. They hold the biggest market share when it comes to sports, Pokemon, just every kind of grading card, and they've just made their name known. When you talk about graded cards, PSA is the first thing that comes to most people's minds. And so that is why they are always a good option to send to, and by far the most sent to company for grading. Now, with every big company, with anything good, there's always something bad. There are pros and cons as we check out what a PSA 9 looks like here. My red green gift set 9 Zapdos. I tried getting different colors so we could see different angles and stuff. PSA is just slammed. They are so backed up that people are getting frustrated with their services. Mostly just the turnaround time, guys. When it comes to PSA, they are so backed up that their bulk orders are taking 6 to 8, if not longer, months to get the cards back, and the services above that, the regular, express, they are even being affected by the load that PSA has currently. They're just getting too many cards in every single day, every single week, and they cannot keep up. So there is something that is to be said, that everyone wants their cards graded by PSA. Everyone is sending to them because they're the top. They are the gold bar, the gold standard right now. And so because of that, they can't keep up. And so a bunch of people are getting frustrated, and that is leaving some space for these other grading companies to step in and kind of take some of the market. But yeah, guys, PSA, you cannot go wrong with them. Here is the last example, my PSA 10 Gem Mint. Now, when it comes to their labels, bunch of info here, as you can see. If you're not into grading or collecting or know anything about the card, you look at this and you're like, what the freak is going on? You have no idea. So it is pretty sloppy, and the only thing that changes with a PSA slab is the grade itself and the condition of the card. As you can see, gem mint 10, mint 9, same red label, same everything, all across the board, all the way to a 1. And so that is PSA, guys. Regarding their pricing, they're right in the middle, good pricing, nothing too crazy. Here are the prices right here on the screen. Feel free to pause and take a good look at it. You can see that there are little red icons next to 3 of their services now. That is due to them being just overworked. The economy, the kind of middle ground service, isn't even available right now. They have completely shut down their memberships, so new collectors cannot even sign up, and so they can't access the bulk rates. And just last week, even the Express used to be a 5-day turnaround right there on the site. That's what it said under Express, the $75, and now it has been upped to 15 days, guys. Like, I can't say it enough. They are just slammed. They cannot keep up, and so a lot of people are angry at how long it is taking them to get the cards graded. But they're overworked and just slammed for a reason. They are the best. They hold the biggest market share, and the value overall through all of the cards 1 through 10 are the best and the most consistent. So that is PSA, guys. Professional Sports Authenticator. If you want to get your cards graded through them, hit me up. I would love to help you out. But now we are talking about Beckett. BGS in the house. When I think or hear of Beckett, the first words that come to my mind are high-end, luxury, upper class. They came into the story and kind of brought in some new additions to their slabs. They completely redesigned the slab, and they brought in a few things that I think are super cool. As you can see here, we have a Beckett 9 Cloud Final Fantasy card. This is what I love most. I don't have anything below the 8.5s, but the 8.5 is where the silver label comes into play. So the 8.5 and 9 have this nice silver label. I think it looks awesome. And they introduced subgrades, which a ton of people love. And I personally love it myself. You can see exactly what went wrong or how your card got graded, whereas PSA, it just gives you the grade. So it's like, well, why? Why did this card get an 8? You know? So the subgrades are super nice. Fan fave for sure. And that is Beckett right there. As you can see, the case is thicker. It is a little shorter as well than the PSA, and it is the full clear plastic all around. This thing is thick, guys. Like I said, high-end luxury case right here. I can just throw this and like knock someone out. Like, it feels really good. And so that is the Beckett 9, the case. Love it so much. Super nice. When we get to the 9.5 and the 10 grades, it upgrades to a gold label. I love the concept of changing the labels depending on what the grade is. Absolutely love it. BGS killing it with that. Here you can see the subgrades as well. Only one 9.5, which made it the 10. And that is the other special thing with Beckett. They have 2 Gem Mint 10s. We have this gold label here, which is beautiful. It is their pristine 10. It's hard to get much better than this, but you can get better than this. They introduced, guys, the cream of the crop, the top of the top, the black label. BGS black label, perfect 10s all around. Guys, this card is so hard to get. They are so rare that it just adds that extra adventure, that thrill of trying to get the black label. I love it. Just makes a card that much more stand out, kind of show offy. I'm just making up words now, but if you have a black label card, you know your card is the perfect card, and it just shoots the value up into the sky, guys. It is huge. So Beckett with the subgrades, the different labels with their grades, and honestly, I think it's the best move ever. Here's the back, we forgot to check it out. The world's most trusted source in collecting, Beckett Grading Services. So that is Beckett, guys. Now with the talk of them being luxury, high-end, high class, their pricing is overall more expensive than PSA. They do have bulk rates available, but anyone who grades at least that I know with BGS, I've never hear them doing a bulk service. They are paying the more expensive prices to get their cards back quicker. And for the most part, it is kind of world known that BGS, their grading standard, their grading scale is more strict than PSA. And so people only send in their perfect looking cards to Beckett to try and get at least that 9.5, 10 or black label, because as soon as you hit into the 9 even, especially if you get below an 8.5 or an 8, the value just kind of tanks. It does not hold any sort of value compared to what PSA does. And so that is kind of the risk there. People try to get their cards graded for that perfect card because the value skyrockets, but it's super hard. It's not common to see a black label. And so that's where the prices come in. Here are the prices for Beckett. Feel free to pause, check it out. They have the 2, 5, 20, and 60-day services. So that first entry level being that $15 for no subgrades, meaning you will get a grade with none of these subgrades right here. And to me, what's the point of not getting subgrades? I see no point at all, because that is what makes Beckett so great, are those subgrades. And then it goes up all the way to your $100 per card. And that adds up super quick. So like I said, guys, BGS changed the game when it came to their labels, subgrades, and the case itself. And overall, the best way I explain it is just more of a luxury service, a high-end service. You're only sending your more expensive and perfect cards to Beckett to try and get that black label, guys. But overall, they are a big company. Tons of people are going to BGS, not only for the hunt for that black label, but their turnaround times are so much quicker than PSA because they're not as slammed. But the more people that go to Beckett, the more they're gonna have to try and keep up with the demand. And eventually, I don't see how they won't kind of fall back with the turnaround times. It's just what happens. So that is Beckett, the high-end grading company. Tons of people love them. I love them. And really, the thrill and hunt for that black label is something else. It's super addicting. And now, guys, last but not least, the new dogs in the trading card game world. They are well known, if they are the top dogs in the comic world. We have CGC. And guys, a lot of people are starting to point their heads and look at CGC. Don't sleep on them. Guys, check it out right here. We're starting off with an 8.5 Butterfree from Darkness Ablaze. As you can see, guys, their label is much bigger than PSA and Beckett. They also have options for subgrades or no subgrades, but again, why would you not get subgrades? And this case just looks super clear and modern and nice. Honestly, I love the clear look. It makes not only the grade stand out a little more, but the card itself just pops and it feels good, guys. It's a little thicker. It's in between from Beckett and the PSA slabs in thickness. It is the same height as PSA, but it just feels sturdy. It's a little heavier than PSA and it feels good, guys. I'm telling you, it feels good. Now, the label is not my favorite. That is the first thing I noticed when the CGC announced they are doing trading cards. I mean, they can't even center the grade in their box. And so it's like, come on, you can't center your grade, seriously? But you can see there's a little hollow pattern thing tracing the box. And I do like that the grade is big. Like, you know instantly this is an 8.5. As we go on to the 9, we have a shiny gold Rillaboom right here. Very nice looking. Like I said, the cards just pop in CGC. You can see the subgrades here. They're in the back. This is just a paper label. Nothing crazy, just like PSA. I do like that there isn't a ton of info like PSA. Just the name, the TCG Pokemon, and the set and the number, guys. That's it. Super simple. I think it looks pretty clean. Like I said, it's more of a modern look. And I'm digging it. The more I see these, the more I buy them, the more I feel them. I like it more and more. And now, regarding the pricing, they are cheaper than PSA and Beckett. I mean, they're new to the block. They have to stand out in a way to get customers, right? And so overall, they are cheaper currently than both of the other companies. They're bulk starting at only $8 per card. That is super cheap, such a good deal in my eyes. And every increment from there, literally every single tier is cheaper than PSA. Beckett being the most expensive, but even their express level, their faster turnaround time, I think it's like a 2-day turnaround. $50 per card, whereas at PSA, which is now a 15-day turnaround, not 5 anymore, $75 per card. So super intriguing when it comes to the prices, and because it's kind of same with Beckett, but especially with CGC, you're getting your cards back super quick no matter what service you pick. They are not backed up, they are not slammed, and they will for sure have your cards graded and returned to you in an orderly fashion. That's just how it works. No one, I can't say no one because they are picking up traction, but the number of cards they are grading compared to PSA and Beckett is just not even close. So that is what is catching everyone's eyes, guys. They don't care so much about, oh, my card needs to be PSA or Beckett. They just want their cards graded and protected, and so they're going with CGC and getting all of their returns super quick, cheaper than everywhere else, and it's starting to turn heads. Like I said, guys, a lot of people are liking them. And like I said, if you feel this case in your hand, as we check out the last example, 9.5 Salamance, no subgrades here, as you can see. I just get more and more excited about CGC, guys. Like, I really want to try out their services myself, other than just buying these cards, but oh man, I love it. Even without the subgrades, which I think is stupid not to get, it looks clean, guys. That's a Salamance 9.5 right there. That's it. That's all you need to know. Not all this extra crap. I mean, look, you don't even want to try to read that label. I think it's super nice, very clean, and user-friendly. So yeah, guys, check out the pricing for CGC. It's on the screen right here. Feel free to pause, and I think that is the majority of the talk when it comes to the grading. PSA being the top, highest demand, middle tier price range, but they are making a lot of people upset because of how backed up they are. The demand is there and they can't keep up. BGS, everyone loves the hunt for that black label, but overall they are higher pricing. The value of your card tanks unless you get the higher end 9.5 and above grades. That is when the value just woo, but they're hard to get, so there is a risk there. And then CGC, the new dogs, trying to make a footprint in this space, and I think they're doing a good job. Cheaper, faster, and I do like their cases. I'm gonna say I like their cases the best. I just wish they would change their label to something a little more cool. That's the best way I can explain it. So that is that, guys. If you have any questions at all or opinions, I'd love to hear it. Comment everything down below and I can either make a follow-up video or just converse with you guys in the comments like I do every single video. And so now let's get to our little test we're gonna do. Here I have 3 cards, 3 of the exact same cards, 3 Charizard VMAXs from Darkness Ablaze. And we are going to send at each company's express level service. So with PSA, it is called Express. $75, now a 15-day turnaround time, but that is going there. With Beckett, we are doing their $100 5-day turnaround service. We will see how that goes with this guy right here. And with CGC, we are doing their express service, $50. I think it says a 2-day turnaround. So we are going to start this today. I'm mailing out today, the day that this video launches, and we are going to track everything when they arrive at the companies, when they start the grading process, how long that grading process takes, and how fast they ship it back to me. And then obviously at the end we will reveal the grades and see the differences between the grading, because I briefly talked about it. PSA is currently the most lax grading scale. You are more likely to get the higher grades with PSA. Beckett is strict. It's really hard to get that black label and pristine. And so I'm just hoping we at least get that 9.5 because the silver stuff just doesn't cut it. And then CGC, so far, we don't have the most data, but their pristine 10 is really hard to get. Like, their CGC's grading scale seems to be the toughest in the biz right now. And so that just shoots up potentially the value of your cards, but it also kind of turns away potential customers because they don't want their cards to get lower grades. They want those 10s, right? So mix and matches, pros and cons of every single company. And I do want to point out that the two cards I'm sending to PSA and CGC have print lines in the back. I don't know if we can see them through the case card saver here, but here at the bottom there is a print line that goes all the way through the card. And so I'm curious to see if PSA will still give this a 10 and how CGC grades that. So that is noted, guys. I'm not expecting perfect 10s with any of these three cards, but I just wanted to submit three of the same card to see kind of the differences between all of the companies. This is the better of the three Charizards going to Beckett, but as you can see, it is a little off center from right to left, and so definitely not getting that black label. But guys, that is the test. I'm excited to do it. We will be tracking and talking about this throughout the process, and I can't wait for the grades to come back. Hopefully it is soon, because I am paying for the faster services. For the content. You always do it for the content. But guys, that is it. Hopefully that helps you kind of narrow down and weigh the different pros and the cons between each company, and so you can pick what company you want to use for your collection. Honestly, I love all of them. I own all of them, clearly, and I don't think you can go wrong with either option. And I don't think it's a bad thing to have slabs from different companies. Not bad at all. I think it diversifies your collection and you get to taste and enjoy three of the biggest companies in the world. I don't see why it's a bad thing. But guys, thank you for being here. Hopefully it helped. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hit that like button if you did, guys. Let me know if you did also in the comments. And remember, ask questions. Share your opinions with me, because that is the best part of this whole YouTube community, the Omash Nation. I love hearing what you guys have to say and think. And so, with that, PSA, BGS, CGC in the books, talked about. If you want to get your cards graded, message me, because I'm middleman now. As of yesterday, when I announced it with yesterday's video, we are sending cards to all three companies. Yeah! So guys, you're all awesome. Thanks for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will catch you next time.